Row, 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 wow, wow, wow. Skip, skip. Blah, blah. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. No, I don't care. Go away. Leave me alone, ghosty boy. Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Wait. What is this? What is this? Do you see this? Nightmare fuel. So I just spent the last 10, 15 minutes getting through this special level here. Boy, does it frustrate me. Hacha. Then you go like this. And then you go like this. And you go like that. Only I did it wrong because I'm a big doof. You jump over to chocolate bars. You jump down here. You go here. You save. You climb this. Like that. Nope. We're back to this nonsense. No, nope. Yes. Here, here. There. Yes. Here, here, and that was too close. We will save. Flip upside down. Fall and die. Whoop. Okay, we'll run to the left. No, we won't. We'll run to the left and jump over that. Reverse. Jump this way. Here. Jump that way. Save. Flip ourselves upside down. Die. Then go down like so. Oops. Flipped it upside down anyway. I think I broke it. How do I always do this? I've broken the game. I didn't break it the first time I played through. Look how much of a difference playing upside down makes. Ha! Over. Wait. Can this not kill me now? Okay, no, that kills me. Well, broke this playthrough. That's a good start. Are they going to start with the... They are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the park. This isn't going where you think it's going. No! No, don't do it! I'm implying running you over. So today we are having a look at Balthazar's Dream. Again! This time, gonna look through the actual whole game, which I've now played through the whole game. Balthazar's Dream is developed by... Oof. I can't read this guy's name. I can read his real name, but I can't read this one. Is it Psilocybe Games? Chai Games? I'm so sorry. I butchered it last time. I butchered it this time. He didn't leave a correction, so we're just going to go with what we got. This was released May 30th, 2017. You will remember that I have covered this game before on my channel when it was, I don't know, early access. It was the press demo release, and I covered it and linked to their Kickstarter, and yeah, the Kickstarter went through. They had their game greenlit, I think. I thumbs it up on the green light on Steam as well, and yeah, the game came together pretty well, all in all. So, as you boot the game, you have some settings that you can set if you want to re-keybind keys and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's pretty straightforward, a pretty simple game. It's a 2D platformer in which you play as Balthazar the dog. When you make a new game, it automatically saves your latest progress, to the detriment. I was gonna have my intro on the boss, but that did not happen. Your default character that you play as is a border collie, which I don't know enough about dog breeds, so thank goodness they include them down here. And then you hit your... Well, this has controller... Wait. There it is. I have my controller plugged in for a change because I've been playing a game that requires a controller. Like, will not let me play at all without a controller. So it's plugged in, and I wondered if it was going to mess up with this at all. So it's probably optimized best for a controller, but I played through the entire game with a keyboard and mouse, and I also played through on the default character, the Border Collie. Got a pug, which apparently the pug is supposed to be harder. I don't think that's true. I think it might be slightly easier because of the pug size. But we're not going to play as a pug. You have all these other different dog breeds as well. We're going to play as the default character here. This is what I think of when I think of Balthazar. We're going to skip the dialogue as much as possible. So what we have here, the dialogue is being delivered by the ghost of... I can't remember his name. I cannot remember his name. I'm going to hold that. And then you have the dialogue between the boy and his dog. The dog's name is Balthazar. That's very easy to remember. See, I can pronounce some words. You save the game by going to these fire hydrants. You can... Get out of here. Get out of here. Playing through the whole game took me about 2 hours to get through the whole thing, and I'm not particularly gifted at 2D platformers. Each level has a different gimmick that you face up against, and keeps you interested and engaged in the game. Stop, stop, please, stop. Just let me skip. Alright, there we go. So, save often, save a lot. You will die a lot. The first few levels are very straightforward. This is all stuff that has been shown before in the previous video. There are some differences between this and the demo that was available. So, after you get past the boss, there are some additional levels. The additional levels, which were very exciting to play through, which that's kind of the big thing, because I'm like, okay, I know all this stuff. I've done these boss fights before, this boss fight before. Alright, where does the story go from here? The story is pleasant. It's nice. It's something different. I don't know of that many games that choose to have a dog as a protagonist, so that's pretty interesting. But that being said, there is a bit of a problem that I ran into when I first started playing this game again. And it's the same problem that I had the last time. The dog jumping animation and running or galloping animation gives me trouble. So you'll see this is the run cycle. And you might not think much of it, but it kind of gives you trouble trying to figure out how far you can go. Think like Mega Man kind of thing, where you can like stand with your toes on the edge. And I don't know how much momentum plays a role in this. So now we saved. Let's see how far we can go off there. Okay, so we can have our hind legs there. So that's the farthest you could conceivably jump with this character. Thankfully, the platforming isn't too pinpoint or precise. There is some leeway that lets you get through the levels, and you do, after a while, get familiar with the controls that you have on this character. So that is one of the things. The problem is when you're playing a character that is on all fours versus a character that's standing up and down on twos. So let's just compare. If you made these two, and I covered this in my Steam review. If you compare these two characters right now, the humanoid is a tall rectangle, while Balthazar, the dog, is a rectangle that's on its side, so its width is longer than its height. When you're running around, I don't know what kind of difference it makes from a programming standpoint, but it makes it more difficult to platform when you're this kind of shape versus up and down rectangle. So it's tougher to stick your landings. You have to make your platforms bigger, which I think the developer has done a very good job in making them a fair size that you can work with. All right, stop. Here. So you can see like all the platforms are fit in the appropriate size as they would need to be. Now there is one more thing a couple more things to talk about. You get introduced with new mechanics as time goes on, but there is one still thing to talk about. You might notice that there's that bone with the bar at the top of the screen. That is your instinct, and depending on what it's being used for, sometimes when that runs out, you rely on your instinct. And your instinct in this particular case is to run away because it's a vacuum cleaner. Vacuum cleaners are scary, and that lets you jump farther. So learning how to use the instinct comes in handy, especially on the harder and more difficult levels. Now, a couple more things to talk about before we wrap this video up, because that's really all there is to say. I don't want to say much else because that would then spoil the game. There are a couple sections where the gameplay changes drastically, and it goes from being a 2D platformer to a side-scroller shooter style game, and there are several different interesting elements to keep it interesting. I did get through all of the levels, more or less. Some of the bosses I had to figure out ways to cheese them, which is a way to just basically is a way to get through it without having to work too hard. For one, this cat up here, which we should be getting to soon, the cat's awful. I really hate fighting the cat boss, and so I figured out a couple strategies that might make it easier for people to get through that, and there are similar strategies that you can use to get through on other bosses. Generally, the way I cheese them, so if you want to just like re-engineer the cheesing for yourself, if not, you can, you know, head out. Thanks for watching. If you want to re-engineer how to get through bosses, think of it like this. When you die, there's the world around you does not change, so you can take advantage of that. So I'm trying to think of an example that'll kind of give a hint without giving it all away. If you put something down, like on the harder level, I had to use it to my advantage. If I put down a ball, okay, and then when I was dead, the ball still was in play actively. And sometimes it behaves in a quirky fashion. That might be patched out by the developer at some point. I don't know. I used it to my advantage to get through the game, which, you know, he very well might not want me to be able to play like that. But, you know, I want to get through stuff with the least amount of effort, because that's... Oop, come here. That's the... Oh, man. That's the goal when I'm playing a game, and that's how most gamers play, I dare say, is trying to play through something with minimal effort and... minimal effort and maximum reward. Which, speaking of reward, there are several achievements, some that I will not be getting, that's for sure. Going back here, you can kind of have a timestamp of how long it took me to get through the game if you want to pause it and look through these. Kind of gives you an idea of when I started, when I got through, and oh yeah, the titles of each area are super adorable. Spacebork, Doggo, you find Doggo a lot. I don't know, some people like it, some people don't. These achievements I will not be getting because I do not feel like playing through that diligently. Complete the game with fewer than 200 deaths, 100 deaths, 10 deaths. Complete the game without dying once. That's just not going to happen for me. There is an Easter egg, apparently in level 1, that I don't know where to find that one. Complete your first crazy level. I don't know what that is either. I kind of feel like I got it with the bonus level that I got, but you know what? We'll see what happens. There's an active community. The developer seems very interested in keeping players engaged and interested in his game. I hope that... See, there it is. That's kind of a cheesing thing where I just kind of got lucky and it's there now. Now we save and move on. Oof. Here. Here. There. Jump. 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 I jump. I jump. I jump. I jump. Jump. Oh no. It's the dreaded cats. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to get there in time. I'm going to wrap it up here. The way you can get against the boss, just look for easier ways to play through if you're getting discouraged. It is... Get out of here. Stupid cat. Felines, I tell ya. There's no love for felines here. Stop. Stop. Leave me alone. Are we almost there? I think if we're almost there, I might keep going. Ah. Oh, and there's the ball. No, we're still a ways away from the boss. So this is about the average length of a level. I think there are about maybe five or six levels, each one with a different aesthetic and background, which, by the way, props to the artist, props to the sound designer, and then props to the programmer, all of which, it's a small 3-person team. Literally 3 people worked on this game. To my understanding anyway, 3 people have worked on this game. Oh, and here's one more bit. Come on. Come on. The cat knockout animation is adorable and makes me giggle every time. Alright, thank you for watching. My name is Atratzu. Stick with me for new videos as time goes on. I try to cover all of the video games I'm playing, and I don't have an outro yet, and I'm just still trying to figure that one out. See you next time. Atratzu signing out.